Hello everyone, I'm Charles Victorian, welcome back. You guys probably all noticed that basically the city's not there anymore. So after doing the last video I did, I noticed that just things weren't lining up right and I couldn't figure out why things weren't to scale and everything. So I started looking at maps and everything to double check, and even with like the modern real map. And apparently I don't think the map's drawn quite to scale. I know the roads probably aren't quite at the right angle that I've laid down, but I'll show you what I mean. We'll go ahead and get started, and I'll show you kind of the idea. So, originally when I made the map, or when I started laying down the roads, I think this was originally what I had as like the block. Well, from what I've noticed at looking at a real map, like 3rd Street comes out here. So I kind of got kind of close as much as I could to this, comparing it to like a real map. And what I've kind of come to conclusion is going left to right seems to be pretty close in scale. Like I could move these roads maybe one or two over, but I'm fine with how they are. But it seems like going from north to south, the like the river or something's not quite laid out right, or they stretch the river too long. And so I had to put in the alleyways, which that's cool because that looks like the map. Well, the only downside is one city block is now from here to here. So it's more rectangular rather than being slightly more square, because in real life they're more square. Like they're not quite a symmetrical square. They're probably more like a slight rectangle than a square. But with this here, I think this is the best I'll be able to do. But with that said, it will give me more room for the canal that I kind of started messing around with over here. And I also got some other cool stuff. Like I can actually put like the Miller Creek in, which I kind of messed with up here. So we're gonna kind of start over, but not really, because we're starting in the, was it 1839? Because I got the layout for it right now. I think it's 1839, but it looks better. I think it's gonna be more uniform. And even when I look at the map, you guys can check too, see what you think. Like, I think from here to down here isn't like it's a lot longer, I want to say. I could be wrong. I could just be scaling it wrong myself. But from how I've done it, if we look at this, we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're 11 wide by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, we're by like 24 long. So I'm not 100% happy with it, but it'll work and we'll roll with it. But I figured I'd let you guys know that I'm kind of restarting and trying to relay out things. So it won't look 100% like Dayton, but I think it'll be closer than what we had before, because I feel like we're scrunching things too much because the scaling being off. But we're going to go ahead, I think, lay out some roads. Hopefully this won't be too boring of an episode by just laying out the roads, but at least we'll get the road patterns going, then we'll start adding some things. And this way we won't lose a lot of money like last time, because we lost a lot of money. But as you can tell, I'll show you what roads I have. We're going to have to fix that because that's Mill Street. So we got like Mill Street here with the canal coming down. We have 2nd Street. It annoys me that it does this. Like, I wish it would just stay with the street that you lay down. And then probably 1st Street's messed up too. Yeah. So we got 1st Street here. Almost all the way. But yeah, so we got Main Street. We got Ludlow, which isn't going all the way down for some odd reason. Wilkinson. Got Bridge Street here. And then for the alleyways, I just put an A, because some of them are roads, like over here in Cooper Street, basically runs into an alley, or like a really small street, so I just kind of put an A in there. But yeah, we got this little neighborhood here. All the names should be right with this. We got like Row, Lafayette, St. Mary Street, between 3rd and 2nd. Then we have Wilkinson. This should be Perry, I believe. Let me go run over here real fast and pull it up. Make sure I'm looking at the right one. My old map here of Dayton. And again, I'll put it in the description. Yes, it is Perry. There we are. You guys can probably hear me typing away. But yeah, no, it's looking good for the street layouts. I'm just kind of sad that I gotta kind of start over, but it'll work. We'll get it working. I'm just kind of sad that, like, it's not quite in scale, but I'll have to deal with that. So sorry if I put any of you guys off by things not being, like, 100% accurate. But we'll just pretend that I'm putting, like, some artistic flair into it or something. So let me see what roads I've got left to do. And I'm going to try making it 30-minute episodes, or as close as I can, because like some of my friends suggested, and I don't mean to run them over an hour, but like a couple friends said, try doing about 15 to 30 minutes. So I'm going to try doing 30 minutes. Right now it's like 8 in the morning, so I'll try keeping it, oh wow, it's 8 in the morning. I'll try keeping it short if I can. So if we look at my map on the left, which again I'll put in the description, we'll see that 5th Street's here. We have Wilkinson, and then we have Perry. It looks like Perry might turn into something else. So it looks like Perry comes down. Was that real fast? The Perry comes down just a little bit of a ways. Probably about like there. And then kind of splits off, goes one way. And we might redo that part. And then kind of splits off and goes like this way towards the river. And I think this becomes German Road. But this road here for... Oh, that's South Street. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that works. So South Street itself only comes to Ludlow, which is there. There we go. That's cool. And then let me see, does the road? It does. Okay. So we're gonna need to go like this, and we're gonna make our squares. It looks like it comes down quite a bit. Up to there. Okay. Boom. And boom. And then we'll try getting one more in if we can. That's gonna yell at me saying it's too short. Okay, so let's see what we have here. South 5th. Okay. So now I think these streets look a little smaller than what the other ones do. So maybe I'll keep this kind of short, and if we have to, we'll change it. But this shouldn't affect a lot, I don't think. Because let me kind of take a little ruler here and double check and see. Yeah, they're definitely a little smaller. So maybe we'll kind of cut these guys in half. So we'll kind of roll with, I guess, the half thing here. So we got 5th and South, which we got 5th here. Then we got South Street, which is here. And we have Ludlow, which is here. So we're good. That's where that ends. So it looks like after South Street, we have another alleyway. So this is going to be an alleyway, it looks like. That's cool. And we'll make this an A alleyway. And then we got Franklin. Franklin Street. And we'll just need to go a little bit longer. But I think we're going to keep that. So that's what, Franklin. Then following that, we're going to have Washington Street. I can spell Washington Street. Cool. And from what it looks like down here, there are a couple little alleyways again. So we're going to go there. Okay. That's Franklin. Got that. We'll check real fast. South. South Street. Okay, then we go. Looks like after south, there's an alleyway, which is cool. And then we're going to come down from here, it looks like. A little alleyway. Alrighty, that looks good. It looks like there's a road that comes out this way. That's Washington here. I might have actually messed that up. I did. Okay, so that's not bad. Let's go like this real fast. Rid of this. Franklin and Washington. Because it looks like Franklin, right above Franklin, there's a little road that comes out like this, then comes down. Like that. And then comes this way. And it's gonna run into Perry here. Or that turns something else. I can't read what that says. We'll go ahead, run this arm down. Get rid of that a little bit. There we are. And this alleyway's got to run just straight into it. So we're good there. That's weird. Alrighty, we might have to use the other gravel road because I think it wants to put a bridge in or something. Maybe if we kind of go like this, it'll do something there. Yeah. There we go. That works. So apparently there's a height problem there. Alrighty, so we got that there. And this is gonna come down. Down like this. And then this one's gonna go over. Alrighty, so that's Washington. Washington and Franklin will both run into it. Pop that over there. And pop that over there. Cool, then there's just a little bit of houses there. Cool. Alrighty, so that's good. So even South Street's not really all that big. South Street's basically a couple blocks. Because Jefferson we need to come down. Go ahead and bring Jefferson down real fast. And does Jefferson come all the way down? It does look like it. So we'll kind of make sure Jefferson pops up to 90 degrees there. Cool. Then we'll kind of do one of these things, bring everything down. Alrighty. So Franklin and Washington do not touch Jefferson. It looks like right where Franklin is, there's a road that comes sideways to Jefferson. Then continues to go that way. Because Jefferson dead ends actually. So we're gonna go like that. Nice. I like it. I like how this looks pretty good here going left to right, but the other going east to west does not look well. Okay, so we got South Boulevard, or South Street, I mean. South Street. We're gonna need this to come on over here. Does each one? I think so. Alrighty, so we're just gonna run that one that way. Run that one that way. Nice. So I mean, it's looking good. I like it. Big thing is I don't want to start putting in houses yet until I get like this more squared away over here. If I can get that squared away, I think we'll be good. That way we can put the power plant in over on that side, or like the little bit nicer power plant. I'm tempted to see, should I put the canal in yet? We'll hold off, I think, on that. I just want to get like the rough little start going of the canal. So if I look up here, we have Miller's Pond. Or, I guess, Miller's Creek. Or Mill Creek, sorry. So if I go here, we'll get our rivers. And these river networks are pretty cool. So I just need to kind of make a little creek. So I think I'm going to do, let me delete the one I have. So from what it looks like on the map, is it starts here. Kind of does something kind of like this a little bit. Then does a whole bunch of like intertwining with itself. I don't know if we'll be able to get the intertwining. I don't know if they'll yell at us by being like, hey, you can't do that. Why are you trying to do this? Don't you know you can't do that? And we'll keep that there just for now. And it kind of comes back in on itself over here. It does a lot of looping, which I don't know if I can actually do now. So we'll have like just a few parts of it. So this does come back into about there. Okay, we're not even going to mess with that then, since it's slightly being a pain. But it looks like, if I look at this correctly, about here kind of does a thing like this. Kind of comes up there. And then that is Madison Street, I think. Yes, Madison. So, if I look at Madison, I think I might mess this up. That's 2nd Street. Okay, that's cool. So that's 1st Street. That's cool. First Street comes down into Sears. Okay, that's good. And that's 2nd. So then this should be an alleyway. It would look. Let's go ahead. We're going to delete this real fast. And it looks like from here, there's a road that comes up above to here. Let's go ahead and put that in. So, if I look at the map correctly, be something kind of like this. And then another one, slightly lower. Let's go ahead and get this road coming real fast. Then we'll get rid of that real fast too. There we are. And this just kind of does something kind of like this. But then about right here maybe, there's another little road that kind of goes this way. Alrighty. Looks good. That looks good. So let's try connecting that creek. And we'll probably have water go everywhere and whatnot. But this here gives us our line for kind of like the creek, for which way it's going to go. It's going to kind of go like this. I'm pretty sure what this is just like an overflow outlet, like in real life. I think that's pretty much what it was. And we might have to do some tweaking of things. Like, we'll probably have to raise this up a little bit. So it's not like sitting so close. Yeah, that's that's very green. That's very, very green. Okay. So from here to here, we can kind of tweak it a little bit. Oh, I got both of them. Yeah, there we go. Goes there. Maybe just move that ever so slightly back. And these should kind of parallel each other. I'm gonna move this over here like this a little bit. There we go. That looks good. I like that. Looks nice. Maybe kind of. Oop! I moved a tree accidentally. Maybe something like. I can roll with that. It's not 100% right, but I'll roll with it. Maybe we'll actually move this over a little bit. There we go. That probably works better. I'm gonna tweak that in there a little bit. Still square? Yeah, it's close enough. Alrighty. So this is gonna go over here into the river. So we're gonna go like this, get rid of that. And we're probably just gonna stretch it there. And then add a little bit right there. There we are. Let's see what happens. I'm curious. Oh yeah, that's cool. A little weird, but it'll work, I think, once the river starts going a little bit more. Because they do have a water spawn point here. We might just have to make it a little bit lower, I think. Here. And the thing is, it is an overflow, so it might not. Oh, hello. Might be a little bit too much. What happens if I do something like that? I'm flooding the road out a little bit. Yeah, there we go. That works. I like that. I can do a deal with that. Nice. Alrighty. So we got part of Miller's Creek going in. Also, we're gonna go and grab the creek thing. I like how I keep calling it Miller's Creek. It's Mill Creek. So that's where Webster is. So Webster should actually be at the very end, or start right at 2nd Street. So we're gonna move this down, 2nd. And the creek's basically kind of gonna do its thing here. It's gonna go. Stop it. There we go. Alrighty, so it's gonna go kind of like this a little bit. Move that over actually a little bit. There we go. Move that like this. Does something like this. And then kind of comes around. And then gets a bit bigger. And it's going to come all the way down here to this. So I'm trying to just kind of get it to work a little bit better here. Let's make it a little bit bigger, see what we can do here. What's 36 look like? Yeah, I'll take that. Looks a little weird right there where the curve is, but we'll roll with it. Then it kind of does something like this and goes back up. But since we curved it, it's going to be kind of weird. There we go. And go all the way back down to small. then kind of does something like that. Maybe I'll go like this a little bit and kind of, there we go. It's different. It works, you know. But let's get this kind of brought into there just a little bit more, kind of curve it. Looks good. I like that. It kind of works. Kind of works. So then this does its own little interesting little jog thing on that side. Go back here. It does kind of a, where are we at? That's Cooper Street. So there's Troy Road, but I can't quite tell where Troy Road connects because the map has it like Cooper Street's here, kind of has it like off to the side there, but it doesn't look like it actually connects to anything. So we're just gonna take some, make our own little thing here. This kind of goes like this. We're gonna take our own creative approach, if you will. There's that. And then it kind of does one of these things here. There we go. And there's another one little like curve in here, but I don't think we'll be able to get that. Curious to see what happens with this. Maybe we'll also put like another low water thing here. Right down a little bit here. Is that the same size? Why is that one so big? Uh-oh. Gotta get rid of that one, I think. We're gonna put you there. There we go. Put you there. Bring you. Oh, why are you doing that? There we go. Come on. You can do it. I believe in you. Unless it's not liking it because it is freaking out. See what that does. We might, that's why. Okay, we're gonna make it just ever so slightly bigger. That could be why. Okay. Let's see what this does. Yeah, looks good. Let's see what it does over here. I think it's gonna work decently. Maybe we need to lower some of this here. The flow might just be a little bit too extreme. Especially in some areas. There we go. Bring that down a little bit. We got some mild flooding going on. Like right there. I think it's working. Like if I really wanted to, I probably could, that's interesting. At least, I mean, it's coming downhill. I don't know if it's gonna stay in the creek beds here. looking a little better. We'll just have to, I think, do a little bit touching up of some stuff in order for it to stay in. There we go. That looks good. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. That looks good. I mean, this is flooding out because I think we're messing with stuff and making little waves. There we are. It should fix itself a bit, I think. And I like how we're slowly losing money. Yeah, look at that. It looks good. Like it. Cool. Yeah, see? Looks nice. That's flooded up there for some odd reason. Maybe just kind of bring this up a little bit. There we go. Wow, look. We fixed that. That looks nice. That's cool. That looks good. That looks good. There's still water pooling there. I don't think there's anything we can do to fix that. Yeah, that looks good. And we're going to keep this like this because I don't think there's really anything we can really do to fix that. Because we do want a little bit of the creek. That looks horrible. We do want a little bit of the creek to flow and stuff. They'll probably flip out saying the road's flooded when it's really not. Okay, we're good. Probably once I start putting more buildings in, it'll probably fix everything. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. It looks relatively similar to everything else. But we might just try building that bridge off to here and going sideways. Let's go ahead. We're gonna need to do this gravel road here. This, ironically, this is the only one. Ironically? No, I don't think ironically is the right word. This is basically the only road we have that will make a bridge for the time period. And I just kind of ever so slightly raise things. And then this is going to kind of go off into this direction here. Make another bridge there. Oh, nice. I like that. And then it's kind of going to go towards the Mad River, really. There we are. And we can also kind of shrink this down because we don't need that to be a bridge. This can actually go down. Oops, too much. There we are. We're gonna get rid of that little bit there. And we'll attach that if okay, it's not gonna let us. That's fine. There we are. Oops. And shelling at us about that water we accidentally put out there. Nice. And again with the east to west, it's a little bit off because this comes curves and the bridge would be here. But that's fine. But I think we're looking pretty good. It's apparently April in the game. Let me double check and see how this is working before I mess around with anything else. And you know, we've hit that like 30-minute mark. So I think we'll leave it here. We'll do a little exit thing here. Thank you guys all for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Sorry we're kind of doing like a reset on everything. I just want to have things flow a little bit better and make it look nicer, you know, so things aren't so crammed. But you guys all have a good one. Have a good weekend. And I might try putting out another episode today. Because like my friend said, they're just like, it's all about getting the algorithm, I guess. I don't know how that works. But we're going to try messing with it, maybe making shorter episodes and seeing what we can't do. But you guys all take care, have a good one, and I will see you next time. Bye!